Hey everyone, it's Eric here from my 525XL. Today is Friday, August the 11th. Almost through the halfway of August. I can't believe it. Just giving you an update on the tank. I haven't done one in over a week, so I thought I would give you some updates. First update is not a good one. I noticed some. I know in my last post I mentioned I put the bird's nest into a bucket of fresh water by mistake, and it did not survive. It just bleached out and started growing algae and crap all over it. It was a goner. I was really hoping it would come back. The frag that broke off prior to me doing that also doesn't seem to be doing great. I don't know why. I know it fell off down here in the rocks and I didn't notice it for a little while, and then I picked it up. So that could be part of it. I'm hoping it comes back. It doesn't look totally dead, but I do see algae growth on there too. So I was so pissed off with myself. I can't believe I did that. What a waste. That thing grew so well. It was looking really good. Anyway, the rest of the corals are doing okay. Green slimer's growing, creamsicle back there. Hairy tip mushrooms I need to get rid of some. I got rid of one that was underneath this no-namer acropora here, but I still need to do some more. The pistachio acropora there is still growing, which is great. Slow grower, but that's fine with me. These guys keep photobombing. The rock flower in there seems to be content. Really happy with the Space Invader. He's really just taken off. Taken off maybe is a strong word. He's doing well. Color's good. Got a lot of new branches on there. Seems to be pretty happy, so I'm thrilled with that. Duncans are growing away as usual. Can really see the stems. They're really bright green, so obviously they're happy. This little guy here doesn't extend much because the fish keep brushing up against them. So Recordias are branching out, splitting off and spreading. I love those things. I'm gonna let them grow. You can see one there by the sand sifting star. Got another one over there. Banana locania is looking good too, keeping the color. Lots of new branches on there, steady growth. Favia is doing well, and the zoas in the front and the back seem to be pretty happy too. So pretty happy with the way everything's going, really. No complaints. I still need to trim back that leather coral again. The clownfish is not going to be happy with me, but whatever. That rum cake acropora there is just, it's alive. It's got some color, it's just not growing. But I don't know. I'm not going to sweat it. We'll let it do its thing. And the growth down there, I don't know if it's hard to see down there in the corner, still growing, and I'll let it grow out and see what it ends up being. But you can see some polyps on there. I'll see if I can get another close-up. Fish are photobombing. They've already been fed. Just greedy. Plate's doing good, spreading around. I do have a bit of algae growing in here. It almost looks like cyano, almost, but I don't think it is. I checked my levels. My phosphates are 0.01, which dropped a bit, and nitrates are 15. So I don't know. I'll see what happens. My nitrates were up to over 20. I think it was 21 the other week, so I turned on the torque that has the carbon media in there for day and night, and the skimmer for a week. So I think that dropped the phosphates down. Nitrates went down to 15, so that did the trick. I just don't want any algae outbreaks. So down below, same old. My pH is really getting low, like 7.8 in the evenings. A little lower than I like it. So I filled up the media with the ice cap CO2 media and connected to the skimmer just to try and get rid of some of the CO2, hoping that would work. But I haven't seen really any improvement. And I'm looking at that media and it's looking a little purpley. So to me, that's spent. So I'm gonna have to top that up again, I guess. Positive note, the Red Sea ATO is working great. Quiet. It's been hands off since I put it in. And even with so when we're using the reef mat, as you know, the reef mat will fill up in this chamber here, and as it fills up, it hits the water sensor and drains back down again as the mat turns, and that increases the water flow. So I found with my Tunzi, it would turn on, and it would turn on for a certain amount of time. It just didn't, I don't know how to explain it. The Red Sea auto top-off seems to be more tolerant of those fluctuations, where the Tunzi was sort of more aggressive in terms of what it topped off and the alarm would go off once in a while. So I haven't had any issues with this thing at all. It's been really rock solid. Reef mat itself, I swear by that thing. I think I've said that a few times, so pretty happy with the performance there. I'm not burning through a lot of mat either. I think I'm getting 90 days probably out of it, close to it. So from a price point, it's not a big deal. Pretty happy with that. Haven't get an update on the Core 20s that I use. So that one's for the UV, and that one is the return pump. Both working flawless. I have a flow sensor on the pipe for the UV just to track the flow of the water there, and because I don't want it to go too slow, obviously, on the sterilizer. So it gives me a good heads up when I need to do some cleaning there. Other than that, everything's great. I'm still dosing Alpha Reef, which I'll continue to do. I've always been pleased with that product, so I have not stopped. My calcium actually is getting lower, and I don't want to overdose on the AFR, so I've added a bottle of calc that'll add a couple of mils a day just to bring it up over 400. I was kicking around 370, which I think is a little too low, especially now with the acropores growing. They're going to chew up more calcium, so I've done a separate additive for that. And I'm still dosing potassium, not much, I think 5 mils every other day, just to help with some of the coloring too. So the fish are doing good. You can see the Barbonius anthias out there. He seems to be more visible these days since he's grown. Love that fish, just captivates me. The rest of them are doing pretty good. No complaints from any of them. I'm trying to get rid of this guy here. He's just too much of a shit disturber for me. I contacted an LFS and they were not interested in trading him in. Kind of a drag. He's getting big. I mean, probably 5 inches there. Maybe more. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, maybe I'm going to put him up on one of the forums to see if someone wants to buy him. I have no idea what to ask for it. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I don't even know what I paid for it. I've had it for a while, so. All the other fish are doing well. I do notice I am 1 blue chromis short. There's only 2 now. There were 3 at one point. I don't know when that 3rd one disappeared. I think it was a while ago. I just kind of clued in this week and then, yeah, big surprise. I don't know why those guys are such a painful existence, I guess. You buy 5 or 6 and they just kind of terrorize each other and end up with 1 or 2. Anyway, so I've got 2 there. So everything else is looking good. Really happy with the corals. Everything's steady. Parameters are solid. Happy with that stuff. On the other side, go to the horse stable. I got the 2 seahorses in here. You can see one, oh, they're both sort of nestled in the rock. I don't know if you guys can be able to see it on this video. They're doing great. I feed them twice a day when I'm home anyway. I'm in the office a couple of days a week, so when I do get home from being in the office, I feed them as soon as I get home, and then again later on at night. So I'm just feeding them mysis shrimp, and they lap it up. So I'm wondering if there's anything else I should be adding to their diet. I mean, I don't see any worse for wear, but I'm going to Google it, see what else they eat. I know they're pretty much meat eaters, but the tank itself, honestly, is just crystal clear. I added the Aqua Ultraviolet. The UV sterilizer on here is just a small one, 8 watt. I actually built, I don't know if you can see it here, I 3D printed an elbow because it was going straight down and there's enough force that it was blowing a big pit in the sand bed here. So that's not a pit, that's a shadow from the pump there. But yeah, it just went down to the glass. So I just 3D printed a 90-degree bracket to shoot the water out. The print itself is actually made with food grade PLA, so it's not going to release any kind of contaminants in the water. And that seems to be working like a charm. So the water's blowing across, and then you can see the outlet from the return pump is right here, and it's blowing up, so I'm getting some good movement in the water, and not too strong that these guys are being battered around. So yeah, pretty happy with that. One thing I did have to do is turn off my heater. I just don't seem to need it right now. It's maintaining 74, 75 degrees. I don't really want it warmer than that. As some of you know, seahorses aren't the tidiest of eaters and slow eaters, so anything you put in there, if you put too much, it's just going to decay, and you're going to get phosphates and nitrates, and So yeah, I haven't had to use that heater for a couple of weeks now, so it seems to be maintaining its own. Might be different in the winter when everything cools down, but that's fine. I'll just turn it back on and let it do its own thing. So yeah, other than that, the protein skimmer is working well. No more micro bubbles. I guess it finally broke in. And I fill up the auto top off reservoir there probably every 2 days, right to the top, and that's pretty much what it takes. So great little tank, really happy with it. I don't know what else I should add in there. I don't know that I need a sand sifting star. I don't think it's going to have enough food. I might take one of the Duncans that's on a frag and put it in there maybe, or maybe even the bird's nest. See how it does in here. So anyway, well, what's left of the bird's nest. So yeah, that's it for this seahorse tank. Snots and Sweet Pea. I guess I'll have to figure a different name for Snots because I think they're both females. So anyway, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for today's update. Questions or comments, please leave them down below. Always love to hear from you guys. Like or unlike the video if you think it's useful. Shoot me some thoughts on this guy here, on what I should sell him for. I don't know. I think it's called a two-stripe rabbitfish. Anyway, he's just too cranky. Kind of like me these days. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Always love to hear from you guys, so please leave your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on how the tank's going. You can berate me for dumping my bird's nest in the fresh water if you like. Still can't believe I did that. It's such a piss off. But anyway, all right, that's it for me for today. Hope you guys enjoy the weekend, enjoy the weather if it's good where you are, and we will talk to you again. Stay safe and happy reefing.